we've got the Garmin Force Trolling Motor installed. After installing, we want to calibrate the trolling motor compass, so we have functions like heading hold, anchor lock. The first thing I'll do is I'll set the bow offset, and what that does is it sets that trolling motor head in line with the keel of the boat. That allows the trolling motor to know what you expect when you want to have that vessel align with a certain contour or a trail, or go to navigation or go to a waypoint. So to do that, I'll get out my remote. I'll hit the menu button, which is the 3 bars. I'll go down to settings, right arrow to select settings, trolling motor, down to calibrate, and then down to bow offset. I'll turn the trolling motor head till it's parallel with the keel, and then I'll down arrow to set it. Our next calibration is going to be to calibrate the internal compass in the trolling motor itself. I went back into the menu page, down to settings, trolling motor, calibrate, compass, and then it gives you instructions. We're going to turn the boat 2 full circles, and it gives you a meter bar. Doing this compass calibration, you really want to find a nice calm bay, somewhere with not a lot of rocking and rolling, and somewhere you can perform a pretty tight circle with the trolling motor. It only takes about 1.5 turns, and watching the meter bar on your remote will tell you how far you are to completion. So after I get both of those calibrations set, I like to go out anywhere where I've got a good wind or current to test how the test the functionality of the trolling motor. I'll get pointed in somewhere where I have some force pushing on the boat, and I'll just hit anchor lock from the foot pedal. So right now, the trolling motor is determining where we hit the button and where it needs to go. A really cool feature from the remote is that the remote will tell you the distance you are from your anchor spot and what direction it was anchored at. And it will tell you how the trolling motor is working. Okay, so we've calibrated the compass, bow offset, and now we just got done testing. Anchor lock is holding us right where we want to be, and we're not drifting off. Another good feature on anchor lock is anchor gain, and that's under the trolling motor settings. And what anchor gain does is it changes the aggressiveness of the force trying to stay on that pinpoint spot. If you want to stay in a general area but don't want to spook fish, you may want to turn that anchor gain down. And what that will do is it will let you casually drift around your general anchored spot, and it won't aggressively keep you on that point. If you're really trying to stay pinpointed on one area in big wind, you may want to turn that anchor gain up higher, and that trolling motor is going to work harder to stay exactly where you want it to. Okay, to get to your anchor gain settings, you hit the menu button, down to settings, trolling motor, and down to anchor gain. Now 10 would be the highest, very aggressive setting, and lower is more casual drifting around a general anchor spot. Okay, so we've got our anchor gain set on this Ranger. It comes automatically set at 5, which is, you could say 50% of the anchor gain. It's the default setting. It does really well for these big Ranger bass boats. It's really important in these lighter aluminum boats. You may want to play with your gain, because with that lighter hull and lower draft, you have a tendency to really move along faster with the trolling motor. So in an aluminum boat application, you may want to play with reducing your anchor gain, and that'll just help in casually staying on your spot better. The new Force Trolling Motor will automatically stow the prop when you lift it out of the water, and depending on your boat, or more importantly your cover for your boat, you may want to flip it left or right. We'll go into the remote, hit menu, down to settings, trolling motor, and we'll scroll down to prop side, right click, and from here you can select left or right by selecting which side and hitting the right arrow. Now, as you can see now, when we pick up the trolling motor, it's going to auto stow prop side right, and we can stow it safely and not harm our live scope transducer.